fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Baltimore Ravens. Strap in. This will be a good one. 2 one-loss teams getting together as they're underway on EA Sports. This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Let's go. First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
They go to the former Saint, Mark Ingram. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Stephon Tuitt came out at Notre Dame as another one of those really tall defensive ends, and you just wondered, would they be able to have the leverage to bend and make plays? I think he just gave us an answer with that tackle.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Check 50, check 50.
Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. Nice throw there by Jackson. You think about what a boost he gave Baltimore in the middle of last year. Led them to victories in 6 of their last 7 games as a starter, replacing Joe Flacco, who had the hip issue. And that strong finish was good enough for the Ravens to capture their first AFC North crown since 2012. And now Jackson's a known commodity. He's the unquestioned starter. And with increased expectations and pressure on the former Heisman Trophy winner, it's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson, he's going deep for Brown. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. The CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Mike, Monday. Here we go, G.
Here's Mostert. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
Ready? 230. 58, Mike. Check. Take 2 of them. Tight go.
They'll try the left side. Patrick. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
Blue 30.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
Now Mostert. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage, but it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force, and they had that to pick up the first down.
Barely picking it up, but they did. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. This is Mostert. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down.
General West. Left out.
Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Now been hit, and he lost the football. It's loose, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. And hopefully for both sides, not a sign of things to come, Charles. This morning, it was so perfect outside, but we knew this weather was coming, and we see the effects of it here early on.
And I wonder if how perfect it was this morning has psychologically fooled everyone. You know, it's almost like even though we were told the weather was coming, and you know the teams knew it as well, then maybe they got fooled and thought, it's going to be okay. And now they're probably a little upset that it's out there.
Because warm-ups were dry.
Oh, well, dry, and now you've got to make the change up, and it's the first quarter. Might take them a little time to settle in on their focus and concentration.
To throw again on 2nd down, Jackson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Jackson from the shotgun. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. T.J. Watt causing the disruption. He gets the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack. Now, this was a clear day in September. I'd say this is well within his range. I feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Think about some of the memorable performances that Ben Roethlisberger has had over the years, and one of them came against the Ravens. He threw 6 touchdowns back in 2014 and went against Baltimore. And actually, now that I think about it, that was on the heels of a 6-touchdown performance in a win over Indianapolis the week prior. So October of 2014 was kind to Big Ben. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now a give right side. It's Patrick. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. From the 24, Roethlisberger. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. We're scoreless after 1. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Mostert. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now a field goal forthcoming for the Steelers. The wind is at his back here in the 2nd quarter. And this is going to be no good. He missed it off to the left, and this will remain a scoreless game. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Slam, slam, slam. Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill, kill.
They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. It's Big Vince Williams who made the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got double up, double up. Switch gears. Check it out, Reed.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Jackson has got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Yo, 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 yo. Yo. 49, check 49, check 49. Hey, check 49.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10.
That's it, baby.
Cameron Hayward on the tackle. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 46-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. To throw is Jackson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Ryan Shazier got in that time, the first-round pick of 2014. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
He's going to air one out. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Miles Killebrew with a pick, and he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the first down run. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Roethlisberger. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now a handoff looking right. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
2nd and 5 now. Roethlisberger. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And here the pressure from the outside linebacking spot.
And normally when that happens and they're able to get home, that means the other guys on his team helped him out a lot. That they occupied people to allow it to be no less than a one-on-one situation allows him to get home.
So the sack and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger.
Let him know, let him know. 58, boys, 58, 58, Mike.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And the pressure gets to him again. Tyus Bowser in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, certainly some teams are not intimidated by down and distance on defense, are they? 3rd and very long? Let's go get this guy again. Big-time pressure.
And that'll hit and go out of bounds, so they'll start just outside their own 40-yard line.
At their own 41-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And given the elements, this might have been what we would have expected, Charles. Scoreless into the 2nd quarter.
The elements have definitely played a part in this game, a big part. And I think that both teams have been a little slow to adjust their playbook and start playing to whatever their strengths are in these conditions.
2nd and 6 at the 45-yard line.
2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. The ball's still a few inches shy of the marker. After the 3-yard run, so now a little soul-searching on 4th down. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. He went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to bring up 4th. On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. This is taken at the 10. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. An update from around the league as our first one comes from New Orleans. And the Bucs are out to an early lead. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Black 30.
58, come on. Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. That good for 22 and a first down. Boy, the offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. Quarterback puts it right in the perfect spot. Great mesh point by them. The timing on point. The run even better.
They'll come out in a 4-receiver look. 3 men to the right side on 2nd and 6. Roethlisberger. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. But now it'll be 3rd down. They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd.
Watch the out. Watch the out.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. So plenty of action on the field, but no action right now on the scoreboard, at least as of yet. 0-0 is our score. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And we thought this game had the potential to be tight, maybe not this tight, scoreless as we start the third quarter.
And I love the way you use the word tight. I'm going to take it a little bit different direction here because it's not just tight on the scoreboard. I think both offenses have been tight in how they've played this game. No one's been loose. No one's been free. They've got to find a way to make some plays, and I don't think you do it if you're really tight in everything that you're doing in the game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Ready? 180.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Justin Ellis in on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Jack 16.
From just shy of midfield, Roethlisberger. Ebron caught left side. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Here's Roethlisberger. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Here's Jordan Berry now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
And nothing but daylight ahead. Past the 20. For a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown, 87 yards. As his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now a 7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken about the 12. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the ball is knocked out. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. And defensively, Baltimore's in a dime look here on 3rd. Here's Roethlisberger. And he connects with Ebron. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Now it's Roethlisberger. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
Roethlisberger now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. To throw here, Roethlisberger. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Washington, his first touchdown on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. The extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets...
And got his man complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They'll get 34 yards there. Here's Jackson to throw. His throw incomplete. Marquise Brown, the rookie, his intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up. Out. Deuce. 25, check 25, check 25.
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. Quick throw taken in by Snead. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Willie Snead. His first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, is intended target. And now it's 2nd down.
Set. 180.
58. Come on.
Alert, alert.
You don't want to
180.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
You don't want no problems with me.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
So a 3rd and 9 and 6 defensive backs out there in the dot. Now Ben hit, and he lost the football. It's loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. Taking it about the 36. Now a late flag comes in as they got him down via the face mask, and that'll give him even better starting position. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
They run. It's Mark Ingram, and he'll take this one down to the 36. Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. SOS. 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 Rush in. Rush in.
Jackson now. Rolling to his left. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Jackson always a threat to run. He's got the first down. He was the NFL's leading rusher among QBs a year ago.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
On first down, Ingram. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 17-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And now Jackson will look to throw it. And he completes it to Westbrook. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
The Steelers take over
Let's go!
first and
Let's go!
10
Let's go!
at their own 25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now a handoff here to his running back. Now he's going to be stopped well behind the line of scrimmage, and that's pretty much going to wipe out their gain from first down. That'll go as a loss of 5. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10.
Ready?
58, 58, Mike.
Now Roethlisberger. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th.
Results in a 4th down.
Here's Jordan Berry now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. It's taken to the 26. So dangerous with a football in his hands. Call that a return of 38. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive, as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Defense. Big ass, big ass, big ass. Anyway. No. Off. Switch.
Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Baltimore was the most run-heavy team in the league last year after Lamar Jackson took over as a starter. And you think about Mark Ingram, he goes from a situation where he was sharing time with Kamara in New Orleans. Now he figures to be the top guy in the Baltimore backfield, although I guess you could say he's kind of splitting time with his quarterback, Lamar Jackson. But a great veteran presence Mark Ingram is behind Jackson. Ingram now in his 9th NFL season. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
1st down, Ravens.
Set, hut. Here we go. 50. Mike 50. Hey, hold on. Watch the back.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Ingram. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. It was Mike Hilton up to make the tackle.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Bang, bang. Bang, bang. Check 26, check 26.
Oh, design run for their wideout. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That 2nd down play nets a -4. The Ravens on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 14. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
And the penalty, it helps a little, but they'll still have to navigate a 3rd and 9 now.
Watch block, motion, block. Watch twist. Watch toe go. Big dash. Go.
They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. 23 yards for the touchdown. As the Ravens push further out in front. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken at the 3. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
On the return, the Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
The 26-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Roethlisberger. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Tyus Bowser. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run, and just lost track, and it cost him.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. And he'll give it here to his running back. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Here's Jordan Berry now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fielded at the 20. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Meanwhile, in Nashville, they're on to the 4th quarter now. Late stages, and the Titans now out in front. A win would be their 2nd on the young